YouTube, what is going on? Savage here. In today's gameplay, we're going to be reviewing and breaking down in depth a viewer submission gameplay. The point of this series is to pause the video, talk about the right things that they're doing as well as the enemies, and also correct the wrong things. Put you guys in this player's shoes because a lot of you guys can relate, and hopefully you guys will go on to be a better player. If you do enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel today. Let's get this video to 500 likes, and also guys, do not forget to follow me on Twitch. Link will be in the description below. But without any further ado, all right guys, so the audio is gonna be a little off for this. He was only getting single channel audio for some odd reason, but we're just gonna thug through this and still just critique everything that's going on. Staying committed to the kill, I respect it. Now this a lot of times can get you in a real bad position, and we'll explain why. So I love chasing bitches down and killing them, especially like this. But I try to always pick a point to land somewhere intentionally, right? I always try to land somewhere that I want to go, and if I get the kill on the way, cool. If not, I'll just let the guy live. The problem with what we just did, and it's not a huge problem, just something to be aware of, is when you're chasing one enemy over especially fields, you're going to have other people behind you. So we didn't really scan around us. We didn't really look. Not really a huge deal, but you will get caught out a lot of times from that. Always be aware of where you're landing at, and always be aware of your surroundings and who's landing near you. But I do respect the fact we tried to chase the kill down, even though we didn't get it. Surprise, mother. That's exactly it. We have no ammo in our weapon. That was really the whole point of that message. Also this, again, not a huge deal, but it's the little things that make players better. When we're in a position like this, we have no ammo in our gun, the guy's right above us, there's a huge chance he's going to push us. If that was me up there, I instantly would have jumped out that window to his right-hand side, and I would have pushed down on top of Soul Man. So this right here is crucial. Not a huge deal with an AR, but with an LMG or something, massive. So this right here, he's got to do the full, animation of getting the chamber ready and getting all that stuff. Again, that's a very quick gun, but always make it a habit to YY. Whether it's a pistol, whether it's an SMG, whether it's an AR, whether it's an LMG, I'm always YYing, especially if there's someone near me. That way, if they are pushing me, that little bit of time that it takes you to chamber the round won't get you killed. And you guys know you've died like that a bunch of times. Shit, I do it on purpose. I will always YY, and still sometimes when I forget, I'll get fucking murked. Playing cautious around the corner, I'm for that. I personally would slide cancel in there, but there's a plot twist to it too. You don't know what side he's on, so I'm not against him, just kind of playing it slow and peeking it. The enemy, on the other hand, just sitting there crouched, literally didn't move a muscle. The dude saw us land, he heard us below him, and he just decided, I'm gonna sit prone, or I'm gonna sit crouched right here and wait for him to come to me. Again, guys, if you're waiting for enemies to come to you, you're going to get destroyed. Loot faster, brother. There you go. You sped it up. Hell yeah, baby. So where there's one, there's usually more, especially in fields. Fields is a really popular area, no matter what lobby you're in. Bots, goats, low KD, high KD, doesn't matter. Fields usually has about 5 or 6. Bitches.
Fuck you, cunt nugget.
All right. Anyway, we busting the door. First off, there's a bounty in here, right? I think it's a bounty. A little pixelated. I'm pretty sure it's a bounty. This dickhead should have picked it up. It might not have marked us, but it might have. You never know. This dude's sitting here trying to lick the wall right now, and he's surprised and pissed off that we killed him. Stop licking the wall. It's weird. Chill out. But great job coming in and reacting. Now, one thing I wanted to correct is this right here. We're looking at the ground. Come on, man. You got the kill, but we're still looking at the ground. Keep that reticle placement along the horizon. You still did a great job. I can't hate on it at all, but don't do this. Because notice what we shot first, right? We shot his feet, right? In fighting situations like this, if the enemy was looking at us and we were to see how we're transitioning and we literally shoot him in the foot, shoot him in the kneecap, we work our way up the center mass, that can get you killed against a good player all the time. Also practice headies. We didn't hit him in the head one time. Practicing headies is the hardest thing, I think, especially for me, when I was trying to improve, and even now, going for headies is a very difficult task. Instinctively, naturally, you want to go for the biggest target, center mass. It's what we do IRL. It's what a lot of people do in gaming. It's the easier target because it's a bigger target, and it still does a lot of damage. So a lot of people just go for a bigger target. But again, when you're playing against people that are way better than you, they're going for headies. You need to go for headies too.
Fuck you, cunt nugget.
Honestly, I just wanted to play it back to hear that again. But again, as far as the enemy dude, he should have heard us bust the door open, and he didn't react at all. It was almost like he never even heard us coming through. The audio is bad in this game, but it ain't that bad. Jesus.
Gas is moving.
Good job with the bounty. Looks like we're heading to the balloon to take flight and hopefully go land on this guy. Now in solos especially. Oh, we're going loading. Never mind. Better idea. In solos especially, dude, when people get bounties on them, they will run away because nobody likes to fight in a first-person shooter. I know it's weird, but unfortunately, that's just the name of the game.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the side.
All right, so put yourself in the enemy's position right here. We're caught out in the open. It's not our fault. It is what it is. It happens a lot. We always get caught out in the open. This enemy lands on top of us. And I'm guilty of this too. Sometimes I'll ego challenge way too much. Do you see this ridge right here? Let me see if I can just back it up just a tad bit. You see this rock? If he lands behind it and plays it as a heady, he's in a way better position to win that gunfight. Way better. I don't care what gun you have. I don't care what gun the enemy has. If you play this heady correctly and you're moving around it and you're just literally making your head vulnerable instead of your whole fucking body, right? Well, his whole body, head to toe is revealed. Easier target. You can be crouched all you fucking want. Guess what? Still a bigger hitbox than just your head.
Oh, mames, pinche arma de...
Your mama. Talking that shit. You're the one that landed out in the open, dumbass. But savage. No, look, you got to land by cover and concealment. You got to fight by cover and concealment. For sure. Got to load out. Going back to the balloon. Gonna push the bounty. I'm gonna bet money this bounty never leaves his house, and he's probably crouched in the corner. Y'all wanna put something on that? Crouched in the corner. Oh shit! Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. He wasn't crouched in the corner, but it wasn't AI. What in the hell was this? And I don't mean to be mean, but it's all I can be. Look, you're walking backwards. I don't think I've ever walked backwards in Warzone before, like, ever, for any reason at all. He's just backpedaling, not looking sideways, not looking any other direction, just backpedaling. Tracking's definitely off, but my tracking's not the best either, so I'm not going to slay you there. Just make sure you're working on that fundamental. Tracking, to me, is one of the harder things. I can flick, I can snap, all that stuff's great. My perception, my observation, everything's in tune. When it comes to tracking, it's one of my weakest standpoints. Unfortunately, I don't know if there is a aiming software for controllers, but if you guys are on mouse and keyboard, Aim Labs is goated. Hashtag not sponsored.
Let's make this quick.
But I do like the fact we're going for bounty and bounty. It still blows my mind. I get messages still to this day, 2.5 years later, saying I can never find more than 4 people. I don't understand how anyone goes through Caldera, sorry for dance, goes through Caldera and only finds 4 people or less. I feel like every time I get in a gunfight, I'm fighting 4 people at the same time. If you can't find enemies, it's because you're not looking. Straight up. I don't mean to be mean, but again, that's all I can be. Look at this. The dude clusters himself. People love wasting streaks, precisions, clusters, and especially UAVs. They love wasting this shit. Now we know where the bounty's at, and we're sitting on a UAV. It's completely situational based, and it's completely up to you guys if you want to use the UAV or not. I like the fact we're saving it because we know where the guy's at. My only downfall is, again, we're fields. We're making a lot of noise. This could attract a lot of players. It's a 50-50 shot, just depending on what the vibe is, but you could call this up to make sure no one's around you, or you could hold on to it till after the kill and then save the UAV. So, again, there's really no right answer. Just those are your 2 options. I wanted to explain that for no reason. We also have enough money for another UE too. He might be, it looks like he's making his way to the balloon, maybe? Now the ping moves around, so there's really no telling where he's at.
Calling for area recon.
UAV beginning flyover.
There are 2 guys here, I think. One guy seems to be below us. It's hard to tell because of the quality. No hate. One guy's below us. One guy's on our level. Good reaction. Great tracking. Great snaps. That was a good fight. Coming in here to third party, whatever's going on in here. Now, I probably would have killed the guy above me first. For 2 reasons. 1, we already had him damaged. I'd want to go ahead and finish that fight. And 2, us coming down here to fight means that guy could play the top of this bunker, which means we'll either be forced to go up there and die, or we'll be forced to take the transit, whatever it's called. But again, not a bad idea going down here trying to take care of whatever the hell is going on. What the hell? Why would he put that there? Luckily, the enemy is not holding us, which is also questionable. I would say it's that questionable. The fucking gas is coming in. He probably ballooned the hell out of here. If the enemy's still here, he's a psychopath. And we're slick-sided a psychopath as well. We're not taking that balloon a little sooner. But hey, better safe than sorry, because you can never predict what bots will do. And, you know, you probably go to that fucking zip line and he's sitting in gas waiting to kill you. Happens to me all the time.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
We've got activity going on over to our, in that direction. Over to the, what side of the map is that? Is that the west? I think it's the west side of the map. Over there by Subpin, there were some pings popping up on the edge of the gas. We could go gatekeep. Right around this area. Actually, never mind now. So when you look into the map, like I said initially, was I would want to go over here to gatekeep these guys, but audible because I didn't know where the circle was or where the zone was. Now that we pull up the map, you have peak right here. That's going to be a hard gatekeep. You're going to end up sitting there fighting them. You're going to end up fighting gas. You're going to have to take the balloons and people on peak shooting at you. That'd be a bad position to put yourself in. We got to rotate away from that shit for sure. Sometimes gatekeep is a great idea. Sometimes it's a bad idea. This is a position here you do not want to go over here to gatekeep. Again, you're going to have a lot of enemies, especially on this hill, and working around this hill is going to be a fucking nightmare. Looks to be an arsenal ending as well. These are a little bit of a nightmare also.
Meet up here.
Gas is moving.
Plate up. Plate up. Plate up. You better plate. What are you doing? Look at that plate floating. You saw that? I know you saw that. Good old Raven shit. I mean Raven soft. Good old Raven soft. Now this vehicle's not a spawn. There's gonna be somebody close by. Bitch ran into a tree too. Lit. I do like to see that when you notice that your observation goes through the roof, you start looking around, you can tell the paranoia is kicking in.
Mark the destination. No one else should be driving but me.
Most players, they won't even notice a vehicle being in a weird position. They'll just walk by it and run right into an enemy. So looking at this circle here, we have a bounty over here by Storage Town we can go get. You're going to have people Storage Town. I've been fighting Storage Town a lot more myself because my close range fighting has been pretty atrocious these past few weeks. So I'm trying to get more practice in. And I think as players, we all of us go through like periods where our long range sucks, our sniping sucks, our close range sucks. I don't know what it is. I don't lack of fighting in that position. I don't know, but it happens to me. I don't know if it happens to you guys. Let me know in the comment section below if you go through spells where you just suck in certain situations. But Storage Town here, normally I'd be like, I'll go somewhere else so I don't get third, fourth, and fifth party. But here lately, dude, I'll just push the shit out of it. But we do have a bounty over here. We do have bounties over in this shit ass area also. We have a bunch of shit over at Factory. We have scavs, which makes me believe maybe no one's over there. Got a bounty arsenal too. So you can kind of go wherever you want, but I would grab one of these bounties. I think that's the best next move right here. We don't have a key card, I don't believe, so the bunkers really wouldn't matter. If you're looking at this map and there's no bounties and there's no big game bounties and you're trying to figure out where would people be, again, you always got to look for two things. One, your history in Warzone. Where do you always see people at? Big POIs, right? Storage Town. It's going to have a fuck ton of people. Mines, going to have a fuck ton of people. Avoid mines. I hate fighting mines. It's a rat infested trap. Shit, you will literally be fighting 13 people and get shot in the back. It's ridiculous. Don't go mines. That's where all the rats camp. Factory, you're going to have people there. No duh. And this area here. Again, it's pretty simple to find enemies. And I feel like saying this is common sense, but a lot of people always ask, like, what do I do if there's no bounties? And this is exactly what it is. You just look at the POIs. Now, even if you're going to POIs and no one's there, next step, look at the buy stations. Enemies love camping buy stations, going to buy stations. People like to buy shit, bro. It's a shopping spree. So, of course, you're going to have people here. This one, you're late game more or less than any other time, but there's a chance. Dig site for sure. This one, of course, Arsenal's buy station is going to be a hot mess. This one as well. So, again, if you really are hunting for enemies, you don't really need bounties. You don't really need big game bounties. You just need to pay attention to the POIs and where the buy stations are at. Again, common sense for most players, but there's a lot of players out there that don't know where to find enemies. Also, guys, if you don't know where to find enemies, make sure you guys try Sneak Energy. It'll get you hyped up. Your perception and observation will be on point. You'll be looking around like a cracked out little teenager. We'll all feel like teenagers again. Make sure you use code SAVAGE at checkout. Try the Strawberry Millions. That shit is bomb. So in this moment, These fucking gnats are infesting my mic, bro. You're trying to piss me the fuck off. All right. Oh, shit. So when we're landing and we see this guy, again, he's not paying attention to nothing. This dude doesn't give a shit. He should have heard our parachute. He should have heard enemy incoming, all this stupid shit. But he's not. He's focused. He's tunnel vision. He's ready to die. Right gun for the right fight. Now, sometimes you can't switch guns. Sometimes the enemy's looking at you and you just got to thug through it and just use whatever gun. But I would have swapped the NZ right here. Just take that extra second to just rock it and get this kill fast. Because, again, he's about to fight somebody. He's clearly focused on something. The last thing you want to do is push up here to fight him and put yourself in a vulnerable state. Not a bad spot to be, but again, make your life a little bit easier, because if this other enemy would have been closer, if the tables would have been turned, if the game would have played differently, all the RNG factors and BRs that always end up getting us fucked, you would have probably died, because again, at the end of this fight, you had no ammo. You actually had to knife him in order to get the kill. So again, if the enemy was here, he'd shit on you, because close range with an NZ is not the best thing with a scope on it. It's hard to track when you're scoped in. And again, I think reloading is your first and primary thing to do after you win a gunfight. Reload before plating, reload before looting. Now people are like, reload before plating? What? But Savage. Like, yeah, you have to, dude. Because look, if you have plates, cool. If you have no ammo, guess what? Your plates can get broken. I'd rather fight with no plates and ammunition than fight with fully plated up with no ammo. That's just crazy talk.
A Nebula 5 bomb has been
Need
discovered.
recon.
Stay alert. UAV beginning flyover.
Calling a UAV, I like the fact we're peeking at the map right now. This is something you don't see from randoms, which is weird. When I'm spectating randoms, I'm sorry, not randoms. This is something you don't see from viewers. When I'm spectating viewer gameplay and I'm watching the whole thing, they might pull up the map once. Sometimes they don't ever pull up the map, which really fucking confuses me. So it's nice to see Soulman's out here, pinging where enemies at, trying to take a mental screenshot, trying to figure out a plan. He's pulled it up a decent amount of times. So I really like to see that. Again, that's a rare commodity. Now, the guy that's not ping, that's next to the ping, literally is not moving. Should be an easy kill. I don't know if I would balloon to this, to be honest. I would actually just push on foot, kill this guy, and kill him. But it still might work out.
Returning for resupply.
And I'll tell you guys the reason after the fight. You see him right there in the ruins in the middle. Maybe you didn't. Right here. Look at this. Look at this. There he is. Oh yeah, but you see him right here. You see him crouch walking. Again, just a little bit of observation. It's even harder to see it with the quality of the recording, but especially when you're playing the game, you should definitely see that. You got to train your eyes to spot motion. You don't have to. A lot of people look for players, and that's cool. But if you ever watch, well, me or anyone else, and we're always like, these fucking birds are confusing us, because we're just looking for slight movement. Anything that just on our screen, that's what we instantly lock to. Stop trying to look for men or women or ghosts or whatever the hell skins we have out there, teddy bears and shit, and start looking just for movement. Sometimes you'll get thrown off, but most of the time it's going to help you out more than it'll fuck you. Now, this is the reason why I would have walked down to. I know I'm pausing the video a lot, but again, if you go back to when we were making our game plan, I would not have taken the balloon, because with the scan, we know where the enemy is at, right? And we don't want to waste the scan. The hang time of ballooning to another position is going to waste a little bit of the UAV. That's not the biggest deal. The problem is we're actually diving into an area of the map that we're not familiar with. We just fought here. We're not dying here. Is it safe here? Who knows? But it's safe for now. So instead of just playing the area we're familiar with and we've scanned on UAV 100 times, we're going to dive onto a very, very busy mountain next to bunker, next to dig site, where there's going to be a lot of people. So I was really concerned he was going to shot in the back. 3, also, again, this dude's sitting still. That's an easy clap. It'll take you 10 seconds to walk over there and kill him, and then you can easily kill the guy that's closer to him. So we've kind of separated ourselves from the closest target and put ourselves further away from both targets, actually.
UAV is out ready for resupply.
This beer's really itching my nose too.
Tactical nuke inbound. Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone. A Nebula 5 bomb has been deployed.
Need recon.
Enemy supply choppers
Mark the
above.
destination.
Take them out and secure the cargo. UAV beginning flyover. Nebula 5 bomb detonation imminent. Stay clear.
Also, we've created a fight that's going to take us a lot longer to win than we really anticipated originally, which means we have a chance to get snuck up on again from behind on the hill that I'm already concerned about.
Nebula 5 bomb.
IMO, this fight should have been won 2 minutes ago, easily. Also, want to point out that second target still hasn't moved from UAV. Great job changing angle. The enemy didn't even anticipate it, which is kind of weird.
Gas is moving.
As I'm peppering the enemy too, I'd be making my way closer. So every time we hit him, he unpeaks to plate up. Clearly a sign of a newer player or a player who's not that good. If it's a goat and you see him side peeking, this is a different strategy. Play this differently. But because he's hiding every time we hit him to finish plating up, we could just slowly rotate to the ruins and close the gap. That's one option. We can still play ranged, but again, the objective is to win these fights fast so you don't get third-partied. That's the biggest thing. Even if we don't get killed, it's still something I'd recommend doing, closing the gap on a newer player. If this guy was peeking as he was playing, you wouldn't want to do that because he'd catch you in the open. He'd stop plating instantly. He'd cancel that shit, and then he'd catch you as you're rotating. But this guy here doesn't seem like he's with it. Also, we haven't once checked our back. See, in quads it'd be different, but in solos, man, when you see a player like this that you know you're clearly better than them, you should definitely not be afraid to push the gap and get some SMG shots off. Soul man, you're clearly more competent at close range than most players. Definitely than that guy. I'd feel confident with you just closing the gap and pushing them. Even though you're working yourself out of the circle a little bit, you're not even safe right now or where you were at, so it wouldn't hurt you that much. If you were in a great position that would cost you the game if you left, then yeah, maybe not. But in the position you're in now, it doesn't matter if you close the gap or not. Again, I want to fight the enemies when I know where they're at. I want to try my best to kill them before they just ghost on me and come up, flank me from a different way. Again, surprise me and third party me when I run into another enemy. One of the biggest mistakes someone killed him. One of the biggest mistakes that I see from players is knowing where enemies are, failing to kill them, and those enemies end up killing them later on in the game because they were able to ghost. And I don't mean the ghost, the perk. I mean they were able to just fucking vanish and ended up coming at you. In fact, both of these guys, the guy that we saw got killed and this dude, were probably both the guys we were trying to fight earlier that were both after us. The first one got third party by the second dude, and the second guy came up and he just lost a gunfight. And again, BRs has a lot of RNG. It's the beauty behind battle royales. Is you can play this game perfectly and shit will still go completely wrong. There'll be random circle rotations. The circle will favor the enemy. If the enemy is camping a better spot, your house isn't favored, but the enemy's is. A random enemy will come up from behind you. Random cluster strike. There's so much shit, so many variables that can go wrong in this game. You've always got to be on your toes to try to, again, knock out these players as fast as possible so they don't become another fucking random variable.
got gas inbound.
All right, so when you look at the circle, where do you go? Well, in my opinion, the circle is going to be favoring here for sure. I don't think there's any doubt about it. It might not, but I mean, the majority of the circle is basically going around the house of the buy station. You have a vehicle here. You already have a player sitting there. It's going to be rough. Where do you go? Well, we have a balloon we can take. It's going to be hard to get there, but we can take it. We still have 17 enemies up. There's probably still a few stragglers in dig side. I'd definitely put money on that. But RC would probably be my favorite spot. I think I would be sitting Donut. Donut would be the safer spot to be at. It'd be one of the higher points. You'd have a vantage point on everything from these little houses around the buy station to everything down over here inside of the, what is it, sub pen, whatever it is. You'd have a lot of the rooftop of the main building taken care of and covered. And you'd also be able to watch this area too. Which one's the best? Again, that's where the random variable thing comes into play, because again, you can play this perfectly. You can go here and you can rotate and bounce everywhere, but if this guy's sitting in this window, he's going to catch you out in the open and you're going to be very, very vulnerable. And on the flip side too, you could literally land here. We think it's going to end here, but guess what? It could dive back to Arsenal and you're going to have to randomly cross right here. But whatever you pick, just try to make the best educated decision. Again, I think this area would be better. One, there's a bounty there. Two, you have a buy station near you if you do want to buy some cool shit. And three, again, you have that nice little rooftop, which is relatively easy to hold. That'd be where I'd go. Those houses are really hard to hold, mostly because one, there's going to be an enemy probably in two of those three houses. Two, you have that ridge with the balloon watching it. And three, if everyone at Arsenal focused up on it too. It's not a bad play. Just wouldn't be my first go-to. Every time I go to this houses, it's a fucking fight. Got an enemy behind us right now. We got 3 enemies behind us. Never mind, I can't count. We have 2. We have a guy sitting in crane. Surprise, surprise. I'll never understand players like this. We played a game yesterday when I swear to you, we were playing quads and there was a team in every single crane and I was just blown away. Why? Even if you're on this crane, you're vulnerable from the big ass hills behind you. Like if you go down, yeah, cute, you'll be able to self-res, but it's such a bad idea because if Soulman plays this patiently and he's able to just hold his patience, when the circle pushes you off the crane, you're going to have to jump off and float with your little umbrella and shit. And guess what? You're going to get beamed. You're going to be beamed out of the sky. So I just never understood this. Even sitting inside the cranes didn't make any damn sense. It's just you're putting yourself in a position to get gate kept. If this was the end of the game in the last circle, I get it, right? I get it. But right now, dude, this is terrible. And you don't want to be picking a fight because, again, you're going to get gate kept. And it's weird. Players that do that, for some reason, never shoot. Here comes a random cluster. Again, players love wasting that shit. And what's funny is he's clustering us while he's plating. So clusters are not a bad idea to waste if you want to push the enemy out of a position, right? So let's go back. We're sitting here. The enemy's plated. He's 2 options. 1, plate up and re-peek. 2, plate up. Call in the cluster after he's plated and watch us. Look at what we have to do. We're sitting behind a house, right? He calls in a cluster. Now we have to cross this little bitty open. It's not much, but if he's able to shoot us and he's decent with his aim and accuracy, this is an easy kill. This is a potential easy kill. But again, he decided to cluster us before he plated, so that means he's going to be clustering, still hiding, plating while still hiding, and then he'll finally peek by the time we're already safe. So even if your clusters aren't meant to kill somebody, you want to push them out of position, make sure you're ready to fight. Make sure your gun's reloaded, make sure you're plated up, make sure you're ready to go ahead and engage, because right now this is the opportunity. He should be killing us right here.
You've got gas moving in. UAV
We should be dead right now, but we're
out
not.
of fuel. Starting for resupply.
So thank God you wasted the cluster, homie. Good shit, bro.
Tracking the enemy.
Secondly, the cluster could also be a good way for him to rotate on us, which he's not doing. Oh, nice snipe. Oh, bitch, don't you're fucking ballsy, homie.
I'm still here.
It's also fire sale. I'd probably I love buying shit. You all know that. I would go right back to that fucking buy station, get another UAV. I will say I do like that Soul Man's changing his position. He's never just committing to one spot to fight in. That's a little questionable. Again, we can't forget about the other guys to our left-hand side over here on the minimap as well. Pop that reload. If he jumps, we have 6 bullets, bro. It's gonna be a bad day. No!
Fire the airstrike here.
Reload your gun!
Phoenix 3, strike inbound.
Oh, bro.
Back to normal.
No. All right, so a few things there. I don't mind that we bought a precision to get him out of there. I'm fine with that, but definitely buy a UAV, bro. Because, again, we don't know where these guys went. Also, reload your gun.
Precision airstrike nest.
Reload it. You're killing me, Smalls. Is that movement to the left-hand side? Do we see a little bit of movement? Sometimes my eyes deceive me. I think my eyes deceive me. 5 bullets. 5. My anxiety is peaked right now. And again, we have 2 targets out here we got to worry about. 2. And look, I get it. It's in game. You know, your blood's rushing. You're starting to feel like you're levitating in your seat. I get it, dude. In games are intense, but you got to pay attention to that HUD. You have to. You have to. Ammo count being red is red for a reason. It's supposed to spark that peripheral. Oh no. Enemies not fighting each other over here. We're gonna shoot them and be like, fuck, we gotta reload. There it is. Luckily the enemy was not with it. Instead of jumping behind the ridge, he just sat right there in front of us.
Zone. Gas is closing in. You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Movement throughout the map's great. Slide canceling. Again, snaps. Breaking off of enemies. Like whenever you're getting shot at, you break away real quickly. That's a huge thing people just sleep on. Look at the circle. Look at that. Oh no.
Only 10 are left.
Again, it's definitely going to favor the houses. So now that we know the circle's here, where do you go? Well, now that the circle's smaller, I believe the window of opportunity for getting to Donut is a little questionable. People at Arsenal are going to want Donut. And if they're not already there, they're on their way there. And there's probably someone there. So if you balloon there, there's a good chance you're going to be in the sky. There's a good chance you're going to be fighting multiple people. There's still 9 enemies up. Risk versus reward. Same thing with these 3 houses here. We know there's a player here, mostly because of the vehicle and also because of just our history with the game. We know there's going to be a player here. There might be a couple people here. There might be a guy in this house, and you're like, fuck that guy. You start fighting him, and you run into this house, and guess what? Another guy sitting in the bathroom to shoot you in the back of the head, right? These houses are not the hardest to hold at all, but they're not the most fun. If I was to choose a house to go to, I'd definitely pick this one, not because it's center, but because it's mostly got an angle on RC, and you're going to be able to catch people coming out of this wide open area. To be honest, in the position we're in now, I would kind of slow it down a little bit. I'd kind of wait to see where I hear audio from, who's fighting who, how much does the player count drop, and just make your decision based on what's going on around you. I think the information we have right now is not that great, so I'd probably just play the hill, to be honest. I'd probably just play this area. Stay on the high ground. Again, I think it's too late to go here. I wouldn't even balloon in the houses. I just think it's too early because we don't know exactly where they're at. And again, you might start running in the open, get shot at, you go to the house for safety, and you get shot in the back. So again, I'd probably just play the hill and the high ground and use those ridges as a little bit of protection that we have. In-game circles is, you know, it's a big mistake for a lot of great players and a lot of not so great players. Great players, they get too antsy. They want to go for all the kills, and they end up putting themselves in bad position, getting hungry for kills. And same thing with bad players. They end up too afraid to move, so they don't really think about their movement. They don't think about where they go. They just kind of let the gas force them out in any position. But this is the most crucial time. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of 4 KD players have like 300 wins, and a lot of 1 KD players have more than that. Does it make them better players? Debatable. They definitely know how to win more, which is the objective of the game. But again, I think a lot of people put themselves in bad positions, either unknowingly or just getting kill hungry. So right now, I'm not liking our position. We're sitting here watching the ridge. The ridge isn't really an immediate threat. These rocks right here would be the best cover. That's where I'd be playing. This house right here, again, I think there's a guy there. And we can just get beamed from many of these windows. And this isn't the best cover. I really don't like that we're on this ridge. I'd be playing up a little bit more on the top of this rock right here. But
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
this is one of the scariest moments in BRs. What are you doing? This is legit one of the scariest moments in BRs. You know he's in the house. He could be in any corner, any room, any bathtub. What are you doing? Man's looking for his fucking rubber ducky right now. Come on, bro. Get off the game. Stop cleaning the room, brother.
Way. Bullshit.
Here we go. Bullshit. You're cheating. You have no one to be mad at but yourself, homie. No one to be mad at but yourself, my guy. How do you know where he was at, Savage? Clearly walling. Well, let's just play it through, man. So we're playing up. The first window we come by, he checks the room. Next room, the closest room to us is the bathroom. So that's the first one he checks, right? Not to mention, I think he heard. Let me go back. I think he heard something. Oh,
Closing in.
I think he heard a little movement. My bad. Let me turn that off. My bad. I don't know if you heard that or not. So let me hear. Yeah. So he heard the enemy moving in the room to his right, meaning the enemy was doing something, jumping in the bathtub, going from prone to crouch. He did something that caused movement, and that's what he heard, and that's why he directed his attention there instead of making sure his left hand and the other rooms are clear. And then this is the guy that's like, bullshit. Okay, claiming these are the people that claim people are cheating right here. This is them. This is them. If you're not good enough to know what the fuck to look for in cheaters, please shut your mouth. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Do you think he has any idea what the hell he's talking about?
Fucking way. Bullshit.
No. And look, and you might be like, Savage, he's not accusing him of cheating. He thought he should kill him. You hit us 3 times. Come on, man. Come on, bro. No. You can see his gun through the wall. Can you? I didn't even notice that. Good observation, homie. I did not even notice that, bro. Oh, shit. Bro, I didn't even notice that. That is a great fucking point. Wow. Good shit, bro. See? And then you see, I thought I saw something through there, but I didn't know. But yeah, that was a clean giveaway.
Way. Bullshit.
Not to mention, I like hearing him get mad too. So that's why we played it 3 times. But yeah, there you go. There's a great observation. I didn't even notice that. Good shit. Dude, everyone's been just using Simtexes lately. Look at this guy crouch walk. Oh, thank God you're crouch walking. We couldn't hear you. Did he say bullshit too?
Bullshit.
Yeah, he was about to. Bullsh. I think I know the word he was about to say. Everyone just calling BS on you, soul man. Maybe you are cheating. A little cheater, a little dirty cheater. Now, if you can make the roof jump from the side, I definitely recommend the roof jump, and that's what he's going to go for. It's a hard jump to make. There are better spots to do it in, but like if you like, for instance, I think this would be the best spot to do a roof jump in this building. If you go out the window right here, you see this little area. The window is a nice little jump spot. This isn't bad either, but I'm gonna be honest, I suck at that. You can pull your parachute at that height. Interesting. I break my ankles because I can't pull my parachute from 500 feet up, but you can pull it when you're 2 feet off the ground. Lit. We love Raven Soft. Bull energy? He could have been saying that, but if he was, I'm sure he'd be talking about sneak energy. That's all the rage right now. I mean, look at the circle. There's probably a guy in every house. So everyone just going to be sitting still, waiting for the next circle to dictate what the hell's about to happen, which I'm not against either. Fuck pushing in these houses, because one of these houses might have 2 people in it. Now look. We'll talk about it.
Gas is moving in.
Oh, that sucks.
Safe zone highlighted. Gas is inbound.
What are you looking at the paintings for, son? Oh shit, I think someone's up here. Yeah, I'm not against the ADSing the quiet walk. That's not a bad play at all, dude. I 100% like that. Sitting in the window is a little questionable because we can't see. Let's go back. We can't see the next building, but if they're sitting there and they happen to peek that corner of their building, they could possibly see us. It's a very small chance it's going to happen, but still a possibility. No shot. I did not see that coming. Very shocked the enemy didn't execute us. He must have not had his gun reloaded. So even that position there, the enemy knows we got down right here. He just heard the self-res pop. He should have pushed us when we weren't plated up. Oh, you left your bush. Guess what? Oh shit, break back upstairs, plate up. You might run into another enemy, so I definitely start plating, bitch.
Enemy cluster strike. Watch your heads.
Fire the airstrike here.
Phoenix 3, strike inbound.
It's a pretty good airstrike. I'm not against it at all. Yeah, the guy on the ridge, yeah, the guy in the on the side of the building too.
Precision airstrike nest. Get
Look at this. Look what he was looking at just now. Let's see if I can pause it in the right spot. Look at this.
precision airstrike nest.
Look, what are you looking at? Was he trying to read the name on the trophy system? See who made it? The fuck's he looking at? Was this made in China? Was this made in America? Where was this at? What are you reading, bro? What are you doing? We do have circle favor. We still have the guy to our right somewhere. Our our building might be kind of safe. Kind of. Very corner might be. Oh shit, look at this dude. Again, talk about moving in a gunfight. You don't have to have crazy movement. Just do this. Look at us. We're just sidestepping. The enemy's kind of moving, but he's backing up. He's not sidestepping, trying to make it harder for us to track. So this right here, the reason you want to sidestep is because you're forcing, pretend my mouse is a crosshair. You're forcing us to try to track you, which is a hard task to do for a lot of us. Tracking is not the easiest thing to do. Close range, long range, it's difficult for most players. So that's the whole point of at least sidestepping. And you want to have better movement than that, but at least do something. He's kind of doing it, but he's doing it so fast on the controller, it doesn't make sense. And this is like when people serpentine. They just do this. That's all I do. Like, oh, I'm gonna do it real fast. No, you gotta have wideness to it, right? You know, left, right, left, right, left, right. Don't do it so fast to where your body's just doing this and you're backing up. We really didn't have to correct ourselves much when it came to this tracking at all. Literally, I think he was lined up with the pole basically the whole fucking fight. And again, the enemy's missing out on a good possible 1v1 opportunity to go ahead. You're a psychopath, soul man. You should have played it up, homie. You're a psycho for that. The enemy didn't have plates. That's what saves you. But dude, holy shit, bro. That's ballsy. I instantly would have fucking played it up. The moment we had 29 bullets in our gun, you're good. I always say I'd rather have ammo than plates, but you have 29 bullets. That's good enough to get a kill. Plate up. This whole time, you could already be almost on your second plate right now, just plating. And then the third one. You'd be fully plated up right now. It'd be a way better fight for you. We got lucky. We hit him one time. He must have had like a sliver of a plate left. Sliver. But overall, dude, I mean, you still dropped the 13 kill W. Good win no matter what. Pay attention to your HUD. Decision making on what you do with your HUD too. Plating is a huge downfall for you for sure. I'm pretty sure you probably win more games gunfights if you just played it up. 2, ammo count too. Always reload when you're at 0. Always reload when you're like below 20. If in a 1v1 fight, in game like that, 26 bullets is fine. Again, focus on plating in that situation. Plating is always first, then reloading. Actually, I'm sorry. Reloading is always first, then plating. But again, when you know it's a 1v1 because it's literally the end of the game and you have 26 bullets, that right there is just the exception to the rule. One of many exceptions to the rule. Movement was good. Reaction was good. Snaps were good. Tracking was good. It was decent. Definitely needs work, but we all do. I think your fights take a little longer than they probably should. Going back to when we ballooned, that was a double kill we should have had a lot earlier on. We could have possibly died from that. Thankfully, the guy that pushed us got shot by another enemy, which then revealed himself and we were able to get that kill. That was probably a 5-minute fight. The guys at the crane, also a long fight. I don't think we should have pushed it, but definitely should have played it better. Again, when the guy's on the crane, instead of me focus on him, I'd probably focus on the guy that was actually out in the open, the easier target. He was relatively close to us too. So that was an easier one to break away too. But yeah, overall, dude, I give your gameplay a solid 7 out of 10. You did pretty decent. A little bit of work to do, but compared to most people you spectate, you're definitely above average. Wolfpack, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel today, and if you want your gameplay analyzed for Caldera, stop sending me a rebirth. If you want your gameplay analyzed for Caldera, make sure you join our Discord community, use the link in the description below, and submit your gameplay through there. Also, if you guys are looking for teammates to play with, join our Discord and use the looking for groups pages to your advantage to go out there, find some good teammates, and get some wins, because if you're still playing with randoms, I feel your pain.